Did you know one of the greatest civilizations in history wasn't born from conquest, but from a river? Long before the pharaohs and pyramids, the story of ancient Egypt began with the steady, life-giving rhythm of the Nile. It's a story of survival, unity, and the incredible power of nature to shape a nation. So how did a scattered collection of tribes become an empire that would last for millennia? Let's find out. Thousands of years ago, the land we now call Egypt was a wild and divided place. The vast Sahara Desert was harsh and unforgiving, but a ribbon of life cut through it, the Nile River. Along its banks, small, independent tribes lived a precarious existence. They were hunters, fishers, and early farmers, their lives dictated by the seasons and the constant struggle for survival. There was no single kingdom, no grand temples, no pharaohs. There was only the land, the river, and the people trying to carve out a life from it, day by day. It was a time of pure survival, where the idea of Egypt was still just a distant dream waiting to be born. Then everything changed, thanks to the river. The Nile wasn't just a source of water, it was a force of creation. Every single year, like a divine clock, it would swell and overflow its banks, flooding the surrounding valley. This wasn't a destructive flood, but a life-giving one. When the waters receded, they left behind a thick layer of rich, black silt, incredibly fertile soil. This annual gift made agriculture predictable and bountiful. Unlike other regions where harvests were uncertain, the Egyptians could count on the Nile. This stability was the true foundation of their civilization. It allowed people to stop wandering and build permanent settlements, knowing that the river would always provide. With the security of food, these small settlements began to thrive. Simple villages grew into bustling towns, each with its own local leaders and customs. As populations expanded, so did their horizons. Trade routes began to form along the river, connecting the communities of the southern valley, known as Upper Egypt, with those in the northern delta, or Lower Egypt. They exchanged goods like pottery, tools, and grains, but they also exchanged ideas. Over time, shared beliefs about the gods, the afterlife, and the cosmos began to take root. A common culture started to weave these separate communities together, laying the groundwork for a unified identity. They were no longer just isolated tribes. They were becoming a people. This growing connection reached a critical turning point around 3100 BCE. A powerful ruler from Upper Egypt, known to history as Narmer, accomplished what was once unthinkable. Through a combination of diplomacy and military might, he conquered the north and united the two lands. For the first time, the entire length of the Egyptian Nile was under a single king. This was the birth of the first dynasty and the true beginning of the Egyptian state. The famous Narmer palette, one of the oldest historical documents in the world, depicts this very unification, showing Narmer wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt. A new era had dawned. With one kingdom came one king, but these rulers were seen as much more than just political leaders. The early pharaohs were considered the earthly embodiment of the god Horus, chosen by the heavens to maintain Mat, the cosmic order of balance, truth, and justice. The king wasn't just in charge of the government. He was the living link between the people and the gods. This divine authority gave the pharaoh immense power and cemented the central role of religion in every aspect of Egyptian life. Politics and faith weren't separate. They were completely intertwined, with the pharaoh at the very center of it all, a living god on earth. To manage this growing kingdom and preserve their divine authority, the Egyptians developed one of history's most beautiful and complex writing systems, hieroglyphs. Scribes used these sacred carvings to record everything from tax collections and grain harvests to the glorious deeds of the pharaohs and sacred hymns to the gods. Writing became a tool of power, allowing the state to administer a vast territory and ensuring that its history, laws, and religious beliefs were preserved for eternity. With the invention of writing, Egypt officially stepped out of prehistory and into the light of the recorded world, leaving a legacy that we can still read today. So why did ancient Egypt endure for over 3,000 years? It was a perfect storm of factors. Its geography, surrounded by deserts and seas, protected it from invasion. Its powerful, unifying belief system gave its people a shared purpose and identity. And at its heart was the Nile, the ever-present, ever-providing river that sustained it all. Egypt was not built overnight. It was born from patience, belief, and a river that never forgot its path. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories from history.